Hey, what's up, guys? It's JP with the Bearded Nomophilis, back at you with another review. Today, we're going to be looking at a piece of hardware that I got from 3F Vape. If you could tell from the intro, it is the iStick Pico in brushed silver. Now, I got this from 3F Vape. I ordered it on June 10th for $27.99, which is the current price. Links will be down in the box. It was on pre-order then. It didn't ship out until the beginning of July, and I got it on the 11th. So it took about a month from China. Not really a bad deal. Stuff from there usually takes a couple weeks to a month, so pretty typical. Anyway, this isn't going to be your normal review. There are plenty of technical reviews of this device out there. I just wanted to give in my 2 cents because I was really looking forward to this. The Pico has been out for a while. I wanted to jump the gun, but I really did not like the colors. And then they announced that they were coming out with a murdered out black and a brushed silver. And the brushed silver I knew would just look perfect with all my K-Funds, with my Nautilus Mini, and I just had to have it. So it was on pre-order. I waited a few weeks, hoping that it would be released, but ended up jumping the gun and pre-ordering it. So here a month later, I finally have it. It comes in this box. Very nice eLeaf box. It's also firmware upgradable. Your typical eLeaf packaging. There's some information in the back about the kit and what comes in it. Now this does come in a kit with the Milo 3 tank, but I don't sub them, so didn't really have a need for the tank. Saved about $10 by buying just the mod. I'll have information in the description, so I'm not going to read what it says, but it comes bare bones. It comes with the device with no battery, USB cable, and a user manual. So let's just open up the box. Nice presentation box. eLeaf has always had nice boxes. And you're greeted with the Pico on the top tray. Let's remove that. Look at it. Look at this. How gorgeous. I mean, my camera is probably not going to do it justice, but this thing is just beautiful. Very sleek. You can see buttons and venting at the bottom. Your battery actually goes in here, and a lot of people hate this little knob up top, but I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. And then as you go underneath the tray, pull out this doodad. You're greeted with your USB cable and user manual. Typical. You'll want to keep this because this is a data transfer cable, so you really want to save this and use it with the mod that it comes with, much like anything else you get. And fairly detailed user manual. Tells you everything you need to know about the device in several languages. But really, it's fairly easy to operate. If you look at any of the other reviewers' videos, they go into this in detail. Yeah, let's just take a look at this again. It's just so clean, and it's not a fingerprint magnet. I managed to drop it. It's gotten a little tiny nick, but really it doesn't show blemishes very well. Take off the cap. Mine does have an LG brown inside. If yours comes with a battery, well, lucky you, you got a free battery. Clearly marked in here, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, positive sign. So you're going to put the battery positive down to make sure that your wraps are good. Put it down, and see in here, it's got a negative symbol. Screw the cap down. And you're greeted with this really nice OLED screen. Of course, it says no atomizer because I have no atomizer plugged onto it. It's a really simple operation. 4 clicks or 3 clicks, and you can scroll through your various modes. Let's flip it around the right way. Wattage, bypass like a mech, temperature and nickel, titanium, stainless steel, memory 1, 2, and 3. Then back to wattage. We will use wattage. Now, if you want to figure out how to set the memory modes, it's actually in the user manual, or go watch PBusardo's video because he goes in depth on the entire mod. So what we're going to do is plug in my Nautilus here with some Quartet by Black Note on the top. It's a really nice look. I mean, I just love the way that this setup here looks, and it looks really good with the Nautilus Mini. Now you can see that, I mean, there's barely any gap between the AFC and the battery here, so keep that in mind when you're putting your device on. 22 millimeters or less. I've used this with the K-Fun 4, so this really doesn't bother me. It doesn't get in the way of the airflow, and it's not adjustable by a ring, so any of my K-Funs work really well on this. The nickel mode works very well, which is the only temp control mode that I've used. I don't really like stainless steel and haven't jumped on titanium yet, but would like to try it. But in nickel mode, it works flawlessly. I was using the Nautilus Mini with a nickel 200 coil in it, and it had it set at 460. Never burned the cotton. It temp protected when it needed to. It just works, and it works very well in wattage mode, which is what I'm going to be using it for most of the time. As you can see, 1.67 ohm. I've got the Clapton coil in here, 4.75 volts, 13.5 watts. Now let's see how it vapes. It vapes like a dream. It vapes like you would expect an eLeaf product to vape. It is just a very nice, well-built, inexpensive single 18650 device. Goes all the way up to 75 watts. Of course, you will drain your battery if you're pushing that much power. But for me, running this about 13.5, 20 watts is about as high as I will go, depending on the coil. I mean, I get a good day's use out of this, at least a good work day. And it just looks nice. It's very small. You can see the mod just disappears in my hand. It's stealthy. It's very classy looking. You could carry this with you when you're going out to fancy dinner or to a restaurant. Doesn't attract a lot of attention, especially for someone like me, a mouth to lung guy who doesn't blow clouds, bro clouds. It just provides a really good solid vape. You know, like all the eLeaf products, you can flip the screen. As I said, go to another review to find out all that information. This is just basically my opinion on the device and its operation as a whole and the aesthetics. A lot of people don't like the buttons on the bottom, but I don't mind it. Actually, if they tried to move them up here, it would kind of defeat the purpose of the mod, which is to be tiny. You've got your USB cable here. You can charge and upgrade the firmware. I always recommend that you use an external charger whenever possible, but I have used this to charge the battery, and it does a good job. Obviously, it's balanced because there's only one battery to fool with. It's just a very nice on-the-go type mod. I don't like to take my big bulky things like my Vapor Flask or the Guardian 3 pipe out of the house. Sometimes I don't really feel like carrying extra 18490s for the Provari. And sometimes I just need something a little wider than the iStick 30 watt. And you know, unless I'm getting real matchy, I mean, this IPVD2 is like my beater, and I think this TFV4 Micro is going to live on top of it. And just for a knock around, especially with your Nautilus Mini, I mean, this thing is just, the Nautilus Mini almost disappears in your hand, so you can only see the drip tip. I mean, very compact, beautiful piece of kit. And for $27.99, you can't really go wrong. I mean, 28 bucks, grab yourself a couple LG Browns or a Samsung 30Qs, and you're good to go. I'm very impressed with this decision. I'd like to get a couple more of these, but I'm getting a lot of mods and no tanks. So, but anyway, this is a very, very good buy. I would highly recommend it. 2 thumbs way up. eLeaf products are great, and just like, it's a typical operation like you would on the Wismex, the Joytex. I mean, it's all the same under the same parent company. You can't go wrong. It's solid and it works, and it will always work, barring the fact that you don't do something stupid to it. But there it is, the iStick Pico in this brushed stainless steel finish is just fantastic looking. I think the all black looks good too. There are other color options. Go to 3fvape.com. That's where I got this. There are several U.S. vendors I know that sell this. I'm sure if you would go to Vapor DNA or eCiggity or My Vapor Store, Element Vape, probably have this in stock around the same price, $30. I'd say it's worth it. I mean, if you're looking for something that's a good travel around town, no fuss, no muss, just a very good solid mod, I'd highly recommend the iStick Pico. Now, if you would like to continue to see products like this iStick Pico, this Nautilus tank, this TFV4 Micro, and IPVD2, and 99% of other vapor products to stay on the market, please, please, please check out the advocacy links in the description and fight for your right to vape. Also, if you like these videos and you want me to make more, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Also, any links will be in the description that you need. And that about does it for this time, so until the next one. Take care.